thank you for taking time out from your busy schedule to come out this evening. Thank you, Minister Jackson. I'm kind of trying to, but today's meeting is going to focus on a seed that was planted in 1999 by business leaders, residents, community leaders, some politicians, educators, and other shareholders. These people saw a need to make a difference in West Tampa. The West Tampa CDC, if a better person to explain that approach than a person who leads our economic development initiative. Many of you have seen Michael around. Many of you have worked with him, and you really have not heard that much about Michael. And I'd like to share some things this evening about Michael. Michael has worked for more than 20 years in community development. He has served on several national committees, including the West Baltimore Federal Empowerment Zone. He has worked with the Sandtown Transformation Initiative, the Safe and Sound Initiative, the Job Plus Federal Employment Initiative, the West Side Empowerment Career Center, the Johns Hopkins School of Social Policy Urban Crisis. He has served on the White House panel on lessons learned in community development. He's also served with the Enterprise Foundation National Conference, also on lessons learned in urban development.
That diamond. You get that as soon as you clean it off, shine it up, that piece of coal becomes that diamond. When the CDC came in, it was like God sent, because that helped us further the next step of what we needed to do. We worked with the city, which was great, but to have something that was centralized to West Tampa, that helped West Tampa only, was the best thing to come around. One of the projects that we did with the CDC was the overlay. It was something that someone that we've heard said that was impossible for us to do to get done, but it's been done. January of last year, the overlay was added to Chapter 27 of the city ordinances. The overlay now is a growing, continuing document. It's always going to change. We had to start out with a foundation because a lot of things were happening in West Tampa that we basically wanted to have control of. The people in this community wanted to be respected, and they wanted to make sure that by using the laws of the city, that the people who come in the community respect it, unfortunately, but that's what we had to do. We hope that if you would like to get involved in our neighborhood association, I'll be here in the meeting, and I can talk to you about some of the other further things that we have done. We have...
This is Janice Dula, and I'm a native of West Tampa. First, I want to thank God for allowing me to be a part of the West Tampa CDC and changing the future of my community. Second, I want to thank Dr. Fisher and Michael Randolph for having faith in me. And I also want to thank the board members for granting me this opportunity. Before coming to the CDC, I had no experience in working in a professional setting. Since being with the CDC, I have learned new job skills such as typing, greeting the public, data entry, scanners, and the Microsoft family. I have attended various meetings, and I have met all type of important people like the Mayor Pam IR, Councilwoman Miller, Councilwoman Everest, and Councilman White. I know the road is going to be long for me, but I'm like a sponge. I want to soak up everything about this corporation so I can continue to help my community. Thank you, and God bless you.
lucky to have Michael Fair. She now has her own business and is going through her 4th or 5th feature film. That's the kind of story we want to create here. And when we talked to Michael, and one of the statistics that Michael told us is, you know, I did some research and I found out that 30% of the people in the West Tampa area are already involved in a creative enterprise. Now, whether that means art, singing, dancing, or whatever creative they're already here. They're in that kind of industry. So he turns to me and he says, so if you can create the jobs, I got the people. And that's what we want to try to do.
I'm Vice President of Community Development for Regions Bank here. And I told Michael he could get a New York minute, so I'm going to just describe a couple of the programs that we have at Regions Bank and a couple of the other affiliate programs that we are members of. We do have construction acquisition, rehab loans. They can also be for programs for microloans for the small businesses that are around here as well. And the pre-development fund, the maximum is $100,000. It's for nonprofits only. We also partner with lending consortia in the area for the state, actually. One of those is the Florida Community Loan Fund, and that again is for nonprofit developers. We are partners with Neighborhood Lending, which is based here in Tampa, and they do loans for commercial as well as multifamily projects. That's for non-for-profits and for-profits. And we're also members of LISC, and you'll hear about LISC a little bit later when Diana Kyle comes up. One other thing that we can tap into as a funding source is some grant opportunities. I know you do a lot of that, Michael. We can work with you to look at some facade improvements, especially now with the Main Street initiative that you have. So that kind of gives you a New York minute of the programs that we offer at Regions Bank. I put some of my information on one of the tables, and my contact information is there as well. Thank you.
It is about the possibilities and about bringing resources to the table in order to make it happen, in order to be sustainable. One of the ways that we're doing this is the traditional way in terms of grants. We will always pursue grants. The other thing we're doing is a fee for service. As we become better at doing our business classes for those that are coming from out the community, we'll be charging a fee to those individuals in order to sustain what we do. The other thing we do is act as a developer and get development fees. Ray Horner from our office is going to talk about our housing project that's coming up, and we get 10% for each house that we build. The other thing is a consultant fee. We position ourselves to be a consultant to work with the nonprofit sector in order to generate some type of funds. You're going to be hearing about some of those things we're doing with the
is John Kynes representing our U.S. Congress.
Congressman Davis will work closely with the other local representatives here from both the city government and the state government and yourself and Senator Nelson in trying to help the community achieve its goals. Michael, I want to congratulate you and everyone involved in putting this together, and I look forward to getting a copy of it as soon as you can get us one. This really is about empowering local residents. And this community, as much as any other community in our city, has been very, very patient. And I truly hope that this comes to fruition and that everyone will, both in the public and private sector, will achieve its goals. And certainly you can depend on our office to be with you and work with you, whether it's to try to get CDBG funds or work with other nonprofits, LISC, and the city certainly on its various goals. We will be there, and I look forward to working with you all. Thank you for inviting our office here tonight. Thank you.
Our next speaker is State Senator Les Miller. I must say this about our senator. He donated.
Is going to be a good, that it's been so long in coming because it's, West Tampa has been neglected for so many years, like Representative Henriquez said, but it's stopped. And now we have the ear of the mayor. And Cindy, you know that I will be at your side, and you know that I will be talking to you. All you got to do, Michael, is call me and let me know, just like you did the last time. We got those permits going, And so all you got to do is call, and that goes for anybody in this area, because my district, my office is always open. My phone number is 274.
All the energy and the dynamics and the possibilities. And all of those are here tonight. The reality of what people were talking about and what the CDC was embarking on is happening now. And what you've got here is the three ingredients that make a community successful. You have a plan, you have partners, and you have leadership. You've got it all going for you. I'm very proud and privileged to be able to be a partner here with the University of South Florida and working in the community to the Jim Walter Partnership Center. We believe in being out in the community, engaging the community, and asking the community, how can the university help? It comes from a community-based perspective. So far, that commitment is so strong that I was able to work with the university and our university office, our engagement community office is here in West Tampa, next to the West Tampa CDC. We've also brought in our partners from FAMU and the Schimberg Center for Affordable Housing. So we're bringing in partners into this community to help all of us make West Tampa a better community for all of us.